question is, with these fire logs, are the new ones as good as the old ones? Let's test it out. Fire logs from Home Bargains. So it seems they've had a repackaging of the new ones. So these ones I did a video on, got really good response from everybody on that. But then nobody could find it. So I think what they've done is they've rebranded them. But have they changed the logs inside? Let's take a look. So on first inspection, they are very similar. So this is the old one here. This is the new one. The colour's slightly different, as you can see there. But the core texture, if we look at it like this, looks very similar. So I'm hoping for really, really good results. Now, as you know from my video I did with these ones, I used to get about 2 to 3 hours of burn time on one of these. So let's see if we can get the same with these bad boys. So let's get it in. It's about time we got a new log on. Just got a small bit of kindling in there right now. And let's see how long it burns for. Right, so we have a Clock Birthfield 5. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know. But I'm just going to put this on here like that. We're going to leave it catch fire. And we're going to see how long it burns from once it's caught properly. So we're going to leave it catch fire, get a load of flames in there, turn it down a little bit, and hopefully we'll get the same amount of time, because I love nothing more than putting a log on the fire like this and coming back in 2 hours or 3 hours and putting another one on. You know, sometimes you've got to babysit them, which is all fun and good if you're in the room, but if you're doing other things like out in the garden or upstairs, you know, doing stuff, you're doing life in you. But that's what I like. So let's get back to it when the flames are roaring. Right, so it's roaring away already. It's caught fire nicely, as you can see, which is really, this is why I like them, because they're just so easy to manage, these logs. They're just the perfect thing for what I like. You know, as you've seen in my last video, I do burn a lot of wood also. But I do get a lot of questions asking me how I keep the glass so clean. So this is one of the reasons why the glass is so clean. It's called Stove Glass Cleaner from HG, also available in Home Bargains, funnily enough. This video is not sponsored by Home Bargains, and other superstores are available, but I've got a local Home Bargains to me. So I tried this once and it, you know, blew my mind really how good it was. So it's probably one of the best glass cleaners I've used. And it beats, like, you know, using the ash and potentially scratching your glass. And as you can see in here, there's not one scratch on this glass. And that's how I like it, really. Obviously, it's never going to be perfect, but if you can keep it pretty tidy, why not? Right, the plan is with this now, guys, we're going to leave it go, and we're going to time and see how long we get. It's 3 p.m. now, so we're going to have a little look, see how long this lasts. So it's 3 p.m. now. I'm hoping that this log will keep us up to temperature till about, what are we, 3, 4, 5, about 5, 6 o'clock. If we can get closer to 6, the better. But we shall see. Look at it go, beautiful. It's kicking out some heat too. We're up to 400 at the minute. Okay, so we're about 40, 50 minutes in now. I've just kind of left it to burn while I was getting on with some stuff. So I've come back, and as you can see, it's all split apart there. And it really does burn through the layers, which is what I really, really like about these. So I've got it kind of set to this. I don't know if you can just see the temperature there, but it's on 500 at the minute, which is high optimal, so it's kicking out some serious heat. You know, it does say on the packets, on both types, the old and the new, that it burns 20% hotter than kiln dried wood. So, you know, the thing is with wood, is every single piece will burn slightly differently, you know. It depends what type of wood it is, how big the wood it is, it depends on the settings that you put on the actual log burner. So there's so many variables, you know, with this kind of things. But yeah, if you guys have tried these, let me know in the comments below how you find them. Made in the UK, can be split for smaller stoves. Right, let's see what this looks like after 2 hours. So now we're an hour and a half in. As you can see, it hasn't really changed a lot from the last clip. Still kicking out some tremendous heat, actually. The heat that's coming off this at the minute is really, really nice, you know, quite intense, actually. You know, as you can see, plenty of flames in there. And you could probably fit 2 of these in there. I wouldn't burn 2 of these personally, but you know, it's fair to say, even so far in this video, the new ones are just as good as the old ones. 100%, no questions asked. No questions asked. So nearly 2.5 hours later, this is what we'll have. Now, this could still keep you warm for another half an hour, maybe even a little bit longer than that. So maybe a maximum of 3 hours, I would say. But what I like to do is when we get the bed down to where it is now, as you can see, you can still see all the heat in there. Let me just open the door. But that is perfect now for your next log to go on. So we're going to chuck another one of these on because, you know, I like the fact that I can just leave it pretty much for the best part of 2.5, 3 hours at a time and just get on with life, you know, because as anyone knows who has a log fire, you know, it's not just chuck a log in and that's it. You do have to like keep one eye on the prize as you go through the day. And, you know, it is like a little baby sometimes, you know, you got to look after it and tend to it and move things around just to keep it at optimal. But that's the fun of it. I really enjoy the process of having a log fire like this. And, you know, this one will catch fire now in the next couple of months. And we're good for another 2 or 3 hours. So in hindsight, these are just as good as the old ones, which is exactly what I'm looking for really, because I do like to mix up what I'm burning, obviously. So I thought this was a cool little video. Put a few little hints and tips in there, or just things that I do really, just from my experience. Now I must have burnt maybe about 50 or 60 of these logs, and I've always got over 2 hours on each single log, you know, maybe up to 3 hours on most of them. So once I close this, as you can see, that took moments to catch fire. We'll turn it down a smidge and we're ready to go. Happy days. So yeah, thanks for watching as always, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these. At least we got a new supply coming through the chain, which is good. And I'll see you in the next one. Pow!